Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm glad that you're back today so we can continue the conversation that we started on Mommy Monday on Stay Married Saturdays. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about postpartum in the fourth trimester with men. Oftentimes we don't have this conversation at all when it comes to dads, new dads, especially first-time dads. Or just second-time dads that this is their first time actually being in a committed relationship with their partner and participating in the postpartum period. So like I said in Monday's video, we talk about women experiencing a car accident, right? Like with what we go through with our body, our pelvis, our healing, taking care of the baby is not an over traumatization, is that how you say the word? It is very it's a big experience. It's a very normal experience. It's been happening for centuries, since the beginning of time, but it's also a lot goes on, right? So I wanted to focus on dads today. They're the reason why we even have these little ones, right? So the fourth trimester not only the fourth trimester not only affects moms, but it affects dads. And how does it affect them? So you are the one that's experiencing the car accident, but he is watching the car accident happen. So from their point of view, 1,000 different things can be taking place. The most important thing is the safety of the wife, of the partner, of the girlfriend, of the significant other. They are super concerned because they're like, okay, what's gonna happen to them? Are they gonna be okay? Are they going to survive this? Am I going to leave this hospital, this birthing center with my wife and my baby? You know, 1,000 things go through their head because it's not a pleasant sight. If you've ever been through labor and you've ever given birth, you don't know the pain. Feels like death. But okay, so you know, that goes through their head, right? But then they have to adjust through family. A lot of times the couples is just mom and dad. Mom's back there hanging out, mom and dad. But then there's an adjustment period because now it's like mom, dad, baby. So we go from being a couple and then now we're a family. What does that look like? What does that mean financially? A lot of males, that's the first thing that goes into their head. Oh my gosh, how much is it gonna cost? How much more harder do I have to work? Do we really need this many diapers and wipes and all this baby gear? So they go straight to the finances, like this kid's gonna be a money pit. And then they go and shift and be like, okay, now I go from having my wife all to myself and being the sole center of attention. Yes, they are. For the most part, and then I have to share my wife. And then who is she now? She's not the person that I married now. She's the mom. So keeping this little human alive, it's gonna be her number one, right? So they do go through a shift. They do go through a mental, emotional, financial shift, and they may not say anything about it. They just may take it for what it is. So you do have to be mindful. Postpartum depression hits about 25% of men. There's not a lot of research on it. There's not a lot of stats, but it is real, and I have seen it in many cases. The lack of sleep, the lack of routine, the lack of stability, and just all of these things, especially if they have a history of depression, a history of anxiety, a history of, you know, mental health challenges, they will experience some adjustment periods. So what can you do? Well, first things first, you gotta check out. It's a conversation, and you're like, DJ, like, I just had a kid. You're talking about this car accident. Yes, I still feel like a car accident. And now not only you want me to keep this human alive, now you want me to care about my spouse. Like, they should be catering to me. And you're like, yes, there's some truth to it. But remember, before the little one came into your lives, there was the marriage, there was the partnership. They were your number one. And somewhere along the line, you made them feel like they were your #1 priority. So that doesn't change when baby comes. That's a whole different conversation, and you can watch my video on prioritizing your spouse. So yes, so you do have to check in, and just for the sake of it, ideally before little one is here, you should have the conversation. What do you expect? What don't you expect? How can you help me? How are you feeling? What did you just witness? Like, you know, checking in and having those conversations. Men naturally aren't very vocal and aren't gonna be like, oh my god, I felt and I think, and they're just gonna sit there like holding on to their life like, what the fuck is that? So definitely check in. How can you help them transition into fatherhood? This little one has been in your belly, in growing and festering, so they're in essentially meeting a stranger that they feel all this love for, all this protection for, and the financial hit for, and they have to build. So there is a bonding, and there is a time where that happens, and you as a mommy, you can facilitate that. That's where it becomes crucial for you to take care of yourself and focus on the moments that you can on self-care, and have dad be engaged, changing diapers, feedings, you know, while you're taking a shower, while you're even just having 10 minutes 15 minutes of just quiet time with your thoughts, or even checking in on your friends or family members. It's important for them to be put in situations where they can increase that bonding, and they may not feel like a stranger, may not feel like, okay, that's just mom and baby, I'm gonna let them do their thing and I'm just gonna be here. You want them to feel like they're a part of the process, you know, that you guys are a family now. You know, it's not just the financial contribution, it's the emotional support for mom. It's, you know, making sure that we're in the same page in certain things. And then the third thing is, if they do need professional help, talking to a counselor or a therapist, there's no shame in that. Most men will not talk to a counselor about that, but the few that have, they do get results. There's many male clinicians that are not just male, but they're also fathers that they can talk to, and they can kind of normalize the experience. It is a lot of fear that they go through. They're not going to express it. They're not going to verbalize, oh my gosh, it was so scary seeing you deliver this child, and thinking that God forbid you don't make it, what am I gonna do? They're not gonna articulate that. They're just gonna be like, oh man, great job, babe. But they do have a lot of stuff. A lot of times those wheels are turning in their head, and we just have to kind of, you know, finagle our way in there. So yeah, I leave you with that, with postpartum, the 4th trimester for dads. It is real. It is something that does happen, like I said, in 25% of men. So there is help. I'm gonna link some resources for you guys to look at down in the description box. And please share this video with other new moms, other fathers out there that may be going through this and may not even have any idea of what's going on. You know, they may just think they're irritable, they're cranky, they're sleep deprived, and you know, they're just stressed, and little do they know they may be going through a little postpartum depression. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a good weekend, and I will see you I'll see you next time with Let's Chat with DJ. Bye.